From Studio 1A in Tampa, Florida, comes a talk show that really feels your pain and tells you like it is. We love America and all that freedom-loving Americans want to protect. Live from coast to coast and on your radio, it's For the People with Keith Allen.
We'll help you survive this thing called life. We're for the people. Whatever your source of stress or strife, for the people is there.
Well, hello, Mr. and Mrs. America. I am Keith Allen and proudly welcoming you to this Friday's edition of For the People on October the 5th, 2018. The Senate just voted. This was a tough one for some senators, and of course to the left. Plenty of nays, but the yays were 51, nays 49, so Brett Kavanaugh got the vote. It looks very much so. Confirmation should go off without a hitch tomorrow. And you know, without a doubt, that the left is having a temper tantrum. They are going ballistic. But this is the same energy that they've been using since 2016, angry because they lost the election. Remember, elections have consequences. This is stuff that the left tells you. You get Nancy Pelosi rattling off at the mouth, Maxine Waters, Cory Booker. This is the left for you speaking to destroy a man who has credibility to his name. You know, why does it come down to one woman to accuse one man, or one woman to accuse one man? There's just not enough collaborating evidence. Now, if you're on the left, bear with me, because there's a lot of things that have been thrown out there, a lot of things that have been said, and I have to bring out the facts. I mean, because facts are important. And I've been talking about this for some time. The fact is, 7th investigation for the FBI. It's a known fact. This is the 7th, and it has come out. At the Senate Judiciary Committee's request, the FBI opened a supplemental background investigation into the judge again, marking 7 times. 7th FBI background investigation, folks, in 25 years, going back to 1993. And the request was for an investigation into current credible allegations against Judge Kavanaugh. Rightly so, they investigated. In the course of the investigation, the FBI decided to reach out to 11 people, 10 of whom agreed to be interviewed, and the FBI reached out to all witnesses with potential firsthand knowledge of the allegations. The FBI provided to the Senate 12 detailed 302-page reports summarizing their interviews with the witnesses, as well as supporting materials cited by the witness during the interview. And when it came down to the conclusion, the supplemental background investigation confirms what the Senate Judiciary Committee concluded after its investigation. There is no collaboration of the allegations made against Dr. Ford or Ms. Ramirez. There's none that collaborate. None. Zero. Zilch. And that's why the Senate voted. He got the vote, and he's going to be a seated judge. He will be on the Supreme Court. Yeah, there were hundreds of people that were arrested the other day. This is part of the resist. This is part of the movement. The same one that's been trying and saying that they're going to get, the president impeached. They're going to get him ejected out of the White House. Yeah, it's a troublesome time in our country. It's really sad to see those pictures, as graphic it is, because it's the propagation from the left that's feeding this frenzy. And it's the news media, CNN, MSNBC, they give them the time to be able to propagate the lies to destroy a good man's name. Anywhere that let me give you an example. Bill Cosby. He finally is doing some time. And what did he do? he drugged girls and raped girls unconscious. But now the left, Nancy Pelosi, Maxine Waters, and etc., are using that terminology. And yeah, they're using the same terminology that they're using for Kavanaugh, putting him in the same group of people, Bill Cosby. Is that unfair or is that unfair? And Bill Clinton, too, they've decided to put that out. Oh, yeah, folks. This is dirty, folks. You want to talk about double dirty? Talk about doing somebody dirty? I mean, they will stop at nothing. They're so angry. There is a vicious attack against the right. It's against the country, right? And forget about what's right and people on the left center or the right. It's destroying a person's life. And the left have been famous for doing this for some time. Mark my words. By the way, today we kick off HUG. It stands for Help Us Grow. You know, this show has been very instrumental in putting out the facts and doing it in a way that everybody can understand what's going on. There's sensibility to the program, and the program has grown, but we are at a standstill. We need to get out to more trade publications and the Broadcasting Association to get the word out to stations across the country that we're here. It just costs money to do that. So we've set a goal for $5,000. Advertising can be very expensive. You do it online, publication, or print publications, but we'd like to be in a couple of the trade magazines with some big ads so people can see them to know that For the People is still on the air. It's $5,000 is our goal today, and we call it HUG, and you can see it on our website at forthepeopleshow.com. And if you just give a little something, I think we can reach our goal. So whether it's $10 or $25, $50, whatever you can give, but this is the direction that we need to go to further the broadcast to more stations. We know stations like it. We know people love it. We know you're listening to it. We have some supporters that help us pay some of the bills here, and we appreciate that, but we know we can do more, and that's where you come in. And we're asking you to please consider where this program has started out, in a garage in Tampa, Florida in 1985. And before Morgan & Morgan was even a name. Guy named Chuck Harder, the founder of this broadcast, a consumer advocate, man who loved God and country, went on the air to help Mr. and Mrs. America understand government, understand how they don't have to be taken advantage of, how they could save money, how they could make money, and how they could survive this thing called life. And it's something that I want to continue. I want to continue the legacy of For the People and what Chuck started so many years ago. And if you are a fan, a longtime listener, and have enjoyed the broadcast, we're asking you to please give us a hug today and help us grow. You can make a difference. And every one of us can make a difference. And maybe you don't have a microphone, but if you give $1, that's like having a mic. And if you give a little bit more, even more. But we're asking you to get involved today with our Help Us Grow initiative here at For the People. And we need your help to do this. We can't possibly do this alone. There's just too many expenses involved with making this happen. But we are firm believers that the man upstairs is looking out and has helped us, and we're looking for more people to get involved, and we have to say it, when we need the help. And don't be afraid to ask if you need the help. And some of you are living paycheck to paycheck, and we understand that. We have actually some listeners that give us $1 a month. And I'm so thrilled when I see that. I mean, $25, $50 a month, that's wonderful. But the dollars, they add up. That's $12 extra a year that we don't have. So if you just want to give $1, you'll make us smile. So get on the internet. That's where you can make the donation at forthepeopleshow.com. You just type that in, and you can use your bank card, MasterCard, and Visa, or Discover, Amex, any of those. And we appreciate that. Some of you can give a little bit more than $1, and if you can do that to help us get to our goal and further that goal a little bit faster, that would be great, so we don't have to dedicate too many shows towards this particular initiative to get the show out. But we do believe that there are some key people that are listening that are in a position to be able to help. And if you are, you're blessed and you know it, and it's a nice place to be. But today we're asking you to please do what you can, help us out, get involved. And we're going to be doing a little news talk in between, and also some music we got lined up for you to kind of just make it fun when you're donating. Tell some friends about it and share it. Our Hug Initiative online through social media. It's really easy to do that. You know, when you share particular things on Facebook, we have it on Facebook, so you can go ahead and just forward that to let other people know. And people look at it. They'll check it out because you like it. So remember, if you like the show, chances are somebody else is going to like the show. And what do we say around here? If you like the show, share the show. And that's another big way that you could do that. And some of you have told your local radio station already about it. And we've gotten on some radio stations that way. And it's a strong way when people request a particular radio show like ours to the market. They'll listen, and you just turn them on to the website, and then they could listen to the program for themselves to find out what the big rave is and why they actually like the show. But that would be huge if you could do that, and we really, really appreciate that. All right, so Donald Trump, he's been doing these big rallies, and no different from last night. He was at the Super Bowl conversation that he brings up that he's been talking about for several weeks, but touting the Super Bowl and Canada and commercials and stuff like that, and basically breaking it down. He's been wanting to fix the problem, and there's been a problem with the free trade with Canada and with the NFL in the matter of commercials. And basically, he said, in a matter of 2 minutes, I can fix this. He says during the event in Minnesota, Trump said that he talked about the trade pact that he got with Canada to change its policy on the spots that they run on television, and had been a big problem for the NFL because they were losing money. They were airing Canadian commercials and not American commercials. So during the negotiation, Trump says, I said, you got to fix the NFL problem. Trump said of his trade talks, he says, it took me 2 minutes. And now the NFL is so happy it's all worked out. It's now our country will be taking tens of millions of dollars more money, Trump continued. A lot of it's going to go to the players, and they still hate me. Can you believe that? And now our country will be taking tens of millions of dollars of money, and a lot of it's going to the players, and they still hate me. He said that twice. He likes to repeat things. And so we're repeating it. Trump said that NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell personally called him for the new provision of the United States-Mexico-Canada agreement, which will replace NAFTA trade deal. Trump said he also got a call and a thanks from the New England Patriots owner, Robert Kraft. The president went on to praise Patriot quarterback Tom Brady and hailed Bill Belichick as the greatest coach in football, which quite honestly did not generate applause from the Minnesota fans. The NFL players are not going to like him because, he's telling them to stand. And is that such a bad thing to stand? I don't think so. I think it's a beautiful thing. And we should. And I have just the song by Toby Keith to talk about that very issue. And when we're playing the song, go online right now for our Hug Help Us Grow initiative. And let's get this thing kicked off. We'll be doing daily stats. You can see what our totals are, how much is coming in at any given time. Our goal, $5,000 to help grow this program. Toby Keith.
American girls and American guys, we'll always stand up and salute. We'll always recognize when we see old glory fly.